All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back for another week of Just a Fan podcast. Sorry we are late. One of our guests had technical difficulties, and it looked like another one of our guests has technical difficulties as she had stepped out for whatever reason, but we're going to keep working on this. And actually, one of our other wait a minute, hold on. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so all right, we'll keep the guests in the green room as we see them, as they come back in and stuff. Wes, what's up? What's up?
Hey, my man, Wes.
Hey, listen, man, Wes is on top of it, man, because I was just going to say, hey, look, we have officially hit 400 subscribers, y'all. Hey, I keep saying I need to buy a soundboard. I'm going to buy a soundboard. I'm going to buy a soundboard. I am.
We would love to have 2 more zeros behind that 400, though.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, we would. But hey, we appreciate everybody subscribing. Tonight we got a fire show. Well, first of all, thanks for the 400 subscribers. But if everybody takes them 400 subscribers, okay, add one more person, we can be up to 800 subscribers in no time. So just tell one person, at least one person, and that get us up to 800, okay? If you tell 2 people, okay, that get us up to 1,200, so forth and so on, okay?
What's good, BD?
Eric James, what's good, man? What's good? So tonight's show is fire. We are covering the NFC North, as it says, offensive minds in NFC North. And I titled that because all 4 coaches in NFC North are offensive minded, okay? You have Matt LaFleur, Ben Johnson, Dan Campbell, Cameron O'Connell. All 4 head coaches are offensive minded. So that's why I titled that. We have a record 3 people in this talking about this division. 1 covered the Lions, 1 covered the Vikings, and 1 covering the Bears. We tried to get Packers. We was this close to getting the Packers, but we couldn't get it. Dowder smashed everything. Plus, we would have had 2 females on here. We got 1, but we'd have had 2 females. Man, this would have been a fantastic show, but still gonna be fantastic. Trust me. But you just made it a little bit better, just a little bit better. But first,
first thing first, we want to let you know that these people are just fans, just like us.
Yes,
you're watching at home, and we want you to know that if you'd like to be a guest on our show, we still have other divisions that we're gonna be covering. If you'd like to be a guest on our show representing your team, let us know. Message us on our Facebook Messenger and say, hey, I want to be a guest. My team is such and such. But this is what we do. This is Just a Fan. The goal is to ultimately have a guest representing every team on the screen for the division that we're covering that particular night. So
all right.
We got close. We got real close.
So now, since we're up to 400 subscribers, that means we got people watching who are not familiar with us. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs the show, future Hall of Famer. Y'all know what it is. Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. Hey, listen, Houston, Texas, man, known for chop and screw music, and they were the pioneer city of the run and shoot offense, okay? There you go. All right, we're going to introduce our guests. First person we're going to introduce is going to be a multiple-time returning guest, Detroit Lions zone. So, Eric, take over.
This is our man who covers the Detroit Lions for us.
Yes.
Again, this is his 4th time on the show. Give it up for Mr. Nathan Parliament.
Thanks,
What's
guys.
up,
Appreciate
Nate?
you having me on again.
Welcome back, Nate. Did you catch that thing in the opening montage?
I didn't. I'll catch it on the replay.
Okay, all right. That's an inside joke.
New day, new age. All right. Up next. So this person did just like her friend did, interview to get on here, and she did such a fantastic job. We was like, look, you're on, because yeah, you got knowledge and everything. Represent the Chicago Bears. Mac Attack, what's up, Mac?
Hello. What is up,
What's
guys?
up? Not much. Hey, listen now. Just to let y'all know, one, she has a podcast with Wes, who is one of our subscribers, and he'll be on later on in this series, representing the NFC East.
Football is an F word.
Yeah, football's the F word.
That's
named the podcast. So y'all go look for it on YouTube and subscribe to it. Mac is a part of it, Wes is a part of it, the third person. So check them out. And
Yes,
listen,
sir, thank you.
no problem. And we've had females on here before as guests, and this is no different. Okay, everybody has an opportunity to get on here if they know what they're talking about. Hey, you can be on the show. All right. And then number 3, my goodness, we got a Vikings fan. Eric, take it away, man.
All right. This is my man hailing from the Big Money, Texas. We the only two that know what that means. But we like to refer to it as the football capital of the world, Beaumont, Texas. This is my man Jay Will. As you can tell, he's on the job, but he was nice enough to come on to the show and represent the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, Jay Will?
What's good, man? Y'all good?
Oh man, we good, man. We good. We glad you get those technical difficulties worked out, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good now. I'm ready to roll.
So this is the NFC North show. We will be discussing the NFC North. We're gonna go. What we'll do is we'll give an opportunity for each representative for that team to talk about what their team did last year and what they think about the team moving forward. Then we'll give our thoughts, and then at the last part of the show, each person will give their predictions on how they feel the division will end up at the end of this season coming. All right. So the Lions were in 4th place last year. I was shocked. A lot of us were. So
Definitely.
So Nate, you get to go first. Tell us about what you think the Lions. Tell us about this past season with the Lions.
Gotcha. So it was a classic first to worst tale, unfortunately. So I think when I was on here last year, I was talking about a couple of my concerns were offensive line cohesion. I believe we kind of see that come to fruition last year. We had Frank Ragnow retire in the off season.
Mm-hmm.
Things were so bad that it looked like he might try to come out of retirement, but the man didn't have like a leg muscle attached. So he was trying to pass physicals, but with that, one of the things I was worried about was what does Jared Goff look like when he doesn't have that excellent protection from his offensive line? And the answer is, when he is hurried, he does not look great. So he's, I think that he is a very good quarterback, and he's shown that he is excellent when he has good protection. But when it is time to scramble, get out of the pocket, make some off-platform throws, it can get ugly quick. So that coupled with a new offensive coordinator, John Morton, which one thing I've realized as a fan is that I'm going to stop trying to talk myself into the team's talking points about why this is a great hire. I need them to show me something. So that's a lesson I'm trying to take this year, because I was all in on, Morton was supposed to have been one of the people who helped shape Ben Johnson. Well, it turns out that Ben Johnson didn't need any shaping from Mr. Morton. So, so that fell flat on its face. That puts Dan Campbell back in position, calling plays. That's not his forte. He's a leader of men. He's not a caller of plays, in my opinion. So, finished in last place. 9-8, if you can say you had a good fourth place season, I guess that's what you'd call it, but it didn't feel good. Losing to the Vikings, backup, I can't even remember the gentleman's name who was playing quarterback for that game, and we still lost. There was a real problem. Our defense continued to have injury issues. That's going to be a recurring theme this year because we've already got 2 safeties who are likely not to start the season for us. So yeah, to recap, it was not a great time to be had for Detroit Lions fans.
Well, what do you think about the additions to the offensive line? In the offseason, you brought in 4 offensive linemen, including the center, Cade Mays, who, if I'm not mistaken, played for the Panthers.
Yep, Carolina.
Ben Barge, Larry Broom, Juice Scruggs. Do you think that's an upgrade with the offensive line?
So I think that in combination with our first round draft pick Blake Miller, I think that it is an upgrade over last year. We let Graham Glasgow go. He was the starting center last year. That's not really his best position. He was better suited as a left guard, but with Ragnow retiring, they had him playing out of position. He had center experience, but it's just a major downgrade from where Ragnow was at. I'm hopeful that even a player like Juice Scruggs, who kind of got thrown in as like a consolation prize almost with the David Montgomery trade. Mm-hmm. I was sad to see David Montgomery go for sure, but Juice Scruggs is like hopeful that he's at least a solid depth piece. So I think that there's always cause for concerns. We're moving our all-pro Penei Sewell from right side to left. Yeah, that's where he started. Where he started in college, but that gives me pause.
That gives me pause too.
I he's shown that he's that guy. The college film looks great on the left side, but he's a few years removed from that, and he's not done it against NFL caliber on the blind side. So, hoping that that's a good move. Hoping that we get some cohesion on the line, some health on the line. They let Taylor Decker walk, who I still believe hasn't signed anywhere, which is kind of surprising, but he was getting up there in age, the amount of money that they were asking for him. I think that was a good move overall too. So I'm hoping that there's improvement on the offensive line. I still worry that it might not be enough to where Jared Goff looks elite because he's got that elite protection, but that's kind of yet to be seen.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, because I had a question. Go ahead.
Well, it's not so much of a question. My thing is, what you call it? Like going back to Penei Sewell, man. I know you said his college tape looked good. One of my favorite resources when it comes to O-line film of guys coming out of college did not like Penei Sewell coming out playing left tackle, but when he played right tackle, yeah, he was looking fantastic. But now you're asking this man to switch from right side blocking to left side blocking. I'm not an O-line coach at all, but I know that it is a complete different thing when you switch sides and when you're so used to kicking one way versus the other way.
Yeah, sorry. All I could think of was the analogy: just try wiping with your other hand for a day.
But now I get that. I get what you're saying, but like when you're in the division, especially like looking at Minnesota, and Brian Flores and how he runs his defense, man. I don't know when y'all play Minnesota this year, but Flores is going to attack those offensive tackles. I would think so because your offensive line is shaky. It's shaky, and until they prove themselves, they all gel together. Like, yeah, Penei Sewell is proven, but it's not left tackle. He's right tackle proven, not left tackle proven. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Now I want to say that we get them a little later in the season. That the Lions' schedule starts off pretty mild, and then is backloaded majorly, ending with playing both Green Bay and Chicago away in cold weather to end the season, if I'm remembering right. So I think we get the Vikings kind of in the middle of the mix, but yeah, it will definitely be a test because Flores. It seemed like Ben Johnson had Flores figured out a little bit, had some answers for him, but it was ugly last year against the Flores defense.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking now. Go ahead, Eric, because I'm just looking.
I had a question. You said I want to make sure I heard you correctly. You said you're happy that you lost David Montgomery?
No.
Okay.
No, I was not happy to see him go. It was kind of an interesting move. It sounded like he was frustrated with lack of usage, but I wish there was a way to have kept them together. And I feel it can't be a salary cap thing. I don't feel like for Montgomery, the running back pay scale just isn't as much that I don't think it would have been cost prohibitive. But I think that the Lions are reaching the point where they're starting to make decisions with the cap in mind. So they trade him. He was wanting more usage. It sounded like Houston was a team that he wanted to go to. So it sounded like they did right by him. But he was one of my favorite players on the team just from a personality standpoint. And so I was not happy to see him go. Getting Pacheco as sort of I don't think you're going to replicate what Montgomery did because they're not exactly the same style of player. They both run, tenacious, but I don't know that Pacheco has the break tackle ability in his current state. He showed flashes of it, I feel like, but I don't know that after the injuries that he's had, if he still has it or not.
Well, if you want to look at it from the right side, you're not asking Isaiah Pacheco to be your main back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that he's an excellent spell back, so I think that's gonna work in your favor. Also, you have the 6th easiest schedule in the NFL, so that's gonna help you too. But like you said, when you get into divisional play, then that's gonna definitely be an issue. I'm just thinking mainly about Brian Flores and how he runs that defense, which is a great segue. Jay Will, tell us about the Vikings.
I don't know where to start, man. It's like a circus over there now, man. Like they want to hype up this QB competition. It's not a competition. Like Steve Smith Sr. said the same. He told y'all what it was. Who better than JJ McCarthy? Anybody with a heartbeat. That's exactly what he said. Dude, I'm not saying the dude can't play, but I'm not saying the dude can't play. But this is my thing. They give KOC extremely too much credit. Me personally, and I'm a Vikings fan. I've been a Vikings fan all my life. Like I actually know players on the team on the current roster right now. Like Christian Darrisaw, I talk to my son all the time. Like when we went to the Atlanta game, he was the one that funded that game for us. He sent both of us to the Atlanta game when that they had that Josh Dobbs trash era that was going on, but anyway, KOC get too much credit, man. Like they give him all these goofy nicknames. He the QB whisperer, he this and that. When you say elite, I always think of the top 5. We've never been a top 5 offense with him as a coach. Like, so I'm like the lines, like I don't worry about our defense. Jared Goff always called up Brian Flores. I don't know why. Like, Brian Flores forget how to coach when he played the Lions. They torch us. It's like, I'm not worried about the defense, but,
Yeah, the defense I think is going to be fine.
Defense,
yeah.
My thing is you draft a quarterback who didn't throw in college to a throwing team. Why? I'm like, I'll say that was the dumbest decision. And people was like, well, fans always get on me and say, well, he didn't have to throw, he wasn't asked to throw and this and that. I'll say, so why draft him to a throwing team? and then y'all talking about mechanics and fundamentals. Like you in the pros now, man. Like that ought to be kind of cleaned up a little bit. Like it shouldn't be that off to where you just we got to go from square one. And then it's like if he saw what he is, then why you ain't got Kyler Murray? So Sam Darnold won 14 games in the same offense, and y'all put all y'all eggs in the basket with this dude, man. And like I said, I'm not saying the dude can't play, he can't develop, but he ain't. I wasn't never on board with JJ McCarthy. I wanted somebody that could throw the ball. I can't. Christian Darrisaw told me KOC wanted what's that boy over there in New England?
Drake May.
That's who he wanted. He told me that out of his mouth. He said on draft day, after they picked the first pick of the draft, KOC wanted to give up 3 first round. No, Quasi wanted to give up 3 first round picks. New England didn't want to do it. So they said he told me KOC wanted to give whatever, them first round picks and whoever for Drake May.
Wow.
And they wasn't gonna do it. And this is what he told me. He said they wasn't gonna do it. So you know.
That's it. That's some interesting insider news.
Yeah.
How do you feel about losing Jonathan Grenard though to the Eagles? Because I know he's a very good edge rusher. And how do you feel about the receiver room getting a little bit better with Jawan Jennings?
I like Jennings, and I like that boy that they got undrafted from Georgia. I don't know how he didn't get drafted. I can't think his name. The tall kid from,
hold on.
Georgia. I can't think of his name. That dude good, man. He's real good. But Grenard, I mean, it's one of them things that you kind of got to weigh your options. Like he had like 3 sacks last year. You know, the best ability is availability. Sometimes, like he always get hurt. You know, so I kind of feel like it's one of them things where they got Dallas Turner. He's still developing. So
yeah,
hopefully he can fill that role. I mean,
Yeah, but my question is now, like I'm looking at Dallas Turner, and Turner been in the league now since 2024, and I'm not saying he's not developing, but I think now it's really time to start showing who you are, because this is year 3, and
right.
if you don't really get going, then you're not going to be around too much longer, because he was a first round pick, if I'm not, first 17th overall. So
they gave up some capital for him too.
Yeah,
like,
see, that's another thing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of them things, man. Like his first year, even his second year, like if you watch the games, it was like his sacks was coming like in. It was almost kind of like garbage time, or like when he really wasn't like, it really wasn't a change in the game. Like when he got his sacks, people was like, well, he had this many sacks, Like this first year, he didn't do nothing. I don't know if it's because Brian Flores just didn't play him because he was a rookie, or because Van Ginkel was and Grenard was, that duo was going well, and people were saying it was because of playing time, because those two were doing well. I was like, nah, I play sports, man. It don't matter how, who, whatever. If you're good, you're going to play. So, and like I tell my son, like, the effort started at practice. I want to hear that about game day. You don't get you're not doing that at practice. That's why you're not getting no stuff on game day. So,
So I didn't get a chance to ask this question to Nate. I'm gonna ask Nate first, and I'm gonna ask you, Jay. What is a 2-part question? What is your biggest cause for optimism for your team going into this season? And part 2, what is your biggest concern going into this season? Nate, you can go first.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I would say biggest cause for optimism is probably, I don't want to oversell it, but that 4th place schedule, the looking at the beginning of the schedule where we're playing, other teams that finished in the bottom of their divisions. Not to disparage other divisions, but NFC North is just a different animal. So fourth place at 9-8 in the NFC North is different than fourth place, playing the Jets.
NFC South.
Yeah. So
9-8 would have won the South.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah. So honestly, that, and I would say the maybe not the play calling, but the offensive weapon cohesion, and maybe even a little bit of little stuff like bringing in Tyler Conklin feels like a small addition at tight end, but having a solid tight end too, for Drew Petzing, who was one of the first people to really kind of bring 13 offensive sets to the back into popularity. Having some depth at tight end, we were throwing anybody out there after Laporta went down last year. So I'd say offensive weapon cohesion. You've got JMO, Gibbs, Amon-Ra. Laporta is hopefully back healthy. Although I've heard, rumors of him being a trade away potential. I would hate to see that, but so that would be cause for optimism. Things that have me concerned are we are on another offensive coordinator coming from a team that was not very successful in the Arizona Cardinals. He has some stats that look good. Obviously Trey McBride, they highlight how explosive that tight end position can look. But I think that speaks more to Trey McBride and his talent than it might to the coordinator. Things like making Jacoby Brissett look passable, throwing for 500 yards in a game. Sometimes that stuff just happens. So I think offensive play calling is just a big question mark, and then defensive injuries right from the jump, with also the addition of Terrion Arnold getting cut from the team due to legal issues. So our defense is going to be suspect on the back end due to injuries. We're starting. It's looking like Rock Ya-Sin as one of our starting corners, and he's played pretty well in spots for us, but I don't think that you want him as a starting cornerback option.
More of a depth guy.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Jay Will. Cause for optimism, cause for concern.
Optimism, man. KOC probably he probably did he does a good job with QBs that have already had experience in the league. So I feel like Kyler Murray kind of, he kind of got those looks. You kind of know what defenses look like, whatever. Now he get to actually play in because KOC want his offense ran by the book. Like, he like these over the middle plays. I don't know how that's gonna work because of his height. But Kyler real good at throwing to the outside, to the sidelines. He got a couple plays for that, but KOC like the ball to be thrown in the middle of the field.
And that's my concern.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work or how they're gonna adjust the offense for him. But I do know he's good at adjusting these offenses and stuff for quarterbacks that already been in the league, which is why I McCarthy didn't work because he was a rookie. He really didn't have that experience and stuff under his belt yet. So I'm optimistic about that, and it's kind of like, both ends. I'm optimistic about him doing good with Kyler, and that also causes concern with him too. Because I don't have no faith in KOC, man. Like, I don't. Don't.
Okay.
It'd be like 3rd and 2, and he throw like a 40-yard bomb. I'd be like, dude, just run the ball. Like, he hates running the football. I don't get it. Which is why they brought in a coach. I can't think of his name. But he likes to run the football. That's probably why they brought him in. But I feel like he gonna override him and be like, yeah, it's 3rd and 1. Let's throw the ball 45 yards down the field. Like,
you know, you
that's,
know,
that's, not, that's what he always do. Like, and I'm like, dude, you got 1 yard. I remember when we played the Bengals a few years ago. It was 3rd and 1. He ran a tush push 3 times in a row with the smallest man on the team, 5'8", 180 pounds. What's that
oh
dude?
Lord,
He was a receiver.
mm.
Brandon, I can't think of his name, man. He's not on the team no more. But I'm like, it's dumb. You got a fullback. And we one of the few teams that actually keep a fullback on the roster. We just got the fullback from Michigan. I forget his name, but they actually drafted him. But I'm like, I mean,
A kicker's going to get it.
I'm worried. I'm worried both ways. I'm worried, at one side, I think he's gonna do good with Kyler. On the other side, I don't have no faith in him because he does not run the football. So our offensive line usually, like Christian Durso, ain't never played a full season since he's been drafted. Hell, he was hurt on draft day. He had a groin injury when we drafted him.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. Brian O'Neill getting up in age. We don't have a center.
Gotta have a center.
Yeah. They had
quarterback, yeah.
The center that we do have, they plugged him in and he did a good job. But he's actually a guard. They plugged him in, and the reason why they're gonna go with him this season because he actually did a good job the games that he played. But I don't know. We'll see. The offensive line always been shaky. So
okay.
All right, hey,
he has been waiting. Normally we go ladies first.
Hold on. Wait. I just want to say something real quick to Jay Will. And this is coming from me, from where I live. I know this is old news, but I wish Kyrie Jackson was still on your team, Jay.
Yeah, me too.
Because that kid, so Kyrie Jackson is a local kid that played high school literally 20 minutes from where I live, called Wise High School. And when he was there, he and like a couple other guys were literally locking down wide receivers like crazy, man. And I think around that time they won some state championships. My little cousin, she knew him since middle school. But that accident, man, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. But yeah. I wish he was on your team, man. But yeah. All right, let's move on to Mac.
So Mac, she's been waiting. Normally we go ladies first, but your team won the division. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna come back to the Packers. I'll cover everything we know about the Packers. But you've been waiting patiently. The reason why she's on the screen with us, y'all, is that she's having some power issues at her where she lives. But she still says, "I'm not missing the show. I'm not missing the show." Thank you again so much for being on.
Yes,
tell us about the NFC North champion Bears.
Well, it can't get much more exciting than last year. So then it's got to get fundamentally better on the field, and I think that's where we're headed, and I'm super excited about it. You got Caleb Williams in year 3 in his second year in this offense with Ben Johnson. I think that's only good. And he's got plenty of weapons. I think getting out from underneath DJ Moore was a great move. I've had a lot of faith in our GM since years ago. No one bats 1,000, but I think he's done a great job putting together a team in his tenure. So super excited about everything. The defensive drafting was a little disappointing. I know we didn't take a single edge rusher or defensive end in the draft, and that's a little questionable. Montez Sweat did have his best year as of late last year, slid into the top 100, and, it's hopeful that he can maintain performance like that. And then, on the other end is kind of a question mark. In my opinion, I think Austin Booker is going to come through for us. I hope he does. So we drafted him to do. So I think he's in like year 3. So I'm hoping he can come to play. I've seen flashes out of him. Saw him smash Jordan Love in the face last year. And, that kind of tenacity is not unwarranted. So I'm super excited about him developing. Went and did some good things in the offseason. between free agency. I really like the number 1 pick we had with Dylan Thieneman at safety. I think he's going to be great in that position for us. And then
Get
you
out of
got
my
Kobe
hometown.
Bryant from a Super Bowl winning defense.
Yeah.
And so
He's from Westfield, where I'm
Westfield.
at right now.
Okay. That's what's up.
I think your best addition, honestly, and not to cut you off, but I think your best addition in the offseason was probably Kobe Bryant, the free safety from Seattle.
That was good.
Gentleman is a box guy, and as long as they ask him to do box safety type stuff, he's going to be fine. As long as they don't ask him to do too much covering. But the honest, I think, on Chicago last year was mainly on that defense because the offense was rolling. Now, losing DJ Moore is a big one.
It is a big one.
That's a big one. Along with some other losses that we'll get into later. I'm not going to cut you off. Keep going, Mac.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. DJ Moore is a huge weapon. Was quarterback proof. I just don't think the system of the offense was what his strengths played to. He's a fantastic receiver, but to me, he's that go-to guy. He's that guy that is trustworthy, who has the hands, who runs the routes, who's going to come down with the ball if you give him a shot. And I just think he wasn't utilized that way in the offense. There was a lot of speculation about, his attitude towards it and this and that. I didn't really believe much of that. I think he's seemed like a relatively good teammate for in Carolina and in Chicago. I think it was a mutually beneficial thing for us to get out from underneath that contract and for him to go to a team with a quarterback like Josh Allen. I think he's going to do fantastic in Buffalo. So I think he's probably happy about that. And we did have some losses. I think our losses on defense were played more to the flashy turnover players that we had last year, which, they played great. Kevin Byard, Jaquan Brisker, great stats and turnovers and picks and, huge parts of our defense for us last year. Nashawn Wright, and all of them have moved on. And, Brisker was a liability. He couldn't stay healthy. Kevin Byard is like 33. He's a little older. And so I think it's just smart to move on. And I agree with you. I think Kobe Bryant is the best signing we had in the free agency. And I'm super excited to have him there as a mentor for our rookie as well. And I think the defense is the only – I'm not too worried about the offense, I guess.
Yeah, if Caleb Williams takes another step in his maturation, and he's going to be – by the end of next season, people will be considering him one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, as long as he keeps that trajectory going, in my opinion. I think – and this is a hot take – but I think he's better than Jordan Love at this point in his career already. I think he has more tools than Jared Goff. And, Jay Will.
Jared Goff is limited.
Yeah. And then
Jared Goff is more limited than people realize.
Right. And then like Jay Will said, I think he's probably better than the entire quarterback room in Minnesota. So if he continues on that trajectory, mind you, now I didn't say if he's just like last year, he's going to have to step it up because now there's more expected of him. He's got the Madden cover.
There's tape on it now, and coordinators are studying that stuff.
And that's the next thing. There's tape on him now, so we got to see him step up to the plate. I think he can do it? Yes. Would I be shocked if he didn't? No. So I'm kind of, both ways. So Mac, I'm gonna ask the same question to you. Your greatest cause for optimism for next season for Chicago, and your greatest cause for concern. Go ahead.
My greatest optimism is that talent-wise offensively, we're pretty young, and a lot of these guys have played their first 1 to 2 to 3 years in this league together and with Ben Johnson. And I think the growth within the team building of these young guys playing together and learning together and getting chemistry together with a coach that's making it all work is something I'm super optimistic about, meaning, maybe this is sustainable for more than just a year or two. Maybe we're looking at the Bears winning the division a few years in a row. It could only hope. But I'm super optimistic about that. And I think pessimistic, a little more for concern, is that defensive front. It's all kind of still a question mark at this point. The chemistry there is limited. We've got what's that?
I said Grady Jarrett is old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's long.
All we do is, cross. Hope it works out.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm concerned about the linebackers because I'm looking at I'm like, TJ Edwards is all right, Devin Bush is all right, but I'm just not, high on the linebacker group overall. I think they're solid, but it's not nothing that jumps off the screen.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Right. I think we took steps in the right direction.
Right.
But it's not a big step.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Packers. So Green Bay, their key losses was probably Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, Malik Willis going over to Miami to start. I'm glad he's finally getting an opportunity to start. I'm sad he's in Miami, but I'm glad he gets an opportunity to start.
Miami's starting over, so let's give it a chance.
Romeo Doubs and Rasheed Walker, those are big losses for Green Bay.
They also lost that other receiver too, right?
Wicks. Wicks.
Yeah, he went to Philadelphia.
I think that's something they can overcome. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
Okay.
He's a good player,
but
I don't think what I don't like is them using that second round pick on Brandon Cease. If they're asking him to be like the man at corner, there's going to be a lot of penalties. He is the most handsy. I was scouting DBs the entire offseason. He's the handsiest. Like, just go back and look at his film. Everything is handsy. It's like he's not polished. It's going to be up to the defensive backs coach to really. He's got the size, he's got the speed, but his technique. He's a worse version of Joey Porter Jr. If that makes sense.
Yes, and
yeah.
Now, I was going to say my concern is pass rush because Parsons won't be back for half the season, and Gary's in Dallas, and so you're relying on Lucas Van Ness. Now,
they're putting their eggs in the basket with Danny Dennis Sutton.
Who? Hold on, let me see something.
Fourth round pick out of Penn State.
Yeah, well, I'm not. Oh, he's from Owens Mills up around Baltimore. Okay, cool, but like it's because Lucas Van Ness is not the guy who is a dominant. To me, he's a number 3 pass rusher, and Parsons is injured. Gary is gone, so you're not gonna get much out of him. Danny Dennis Sutton, we'll see what that looks like. I'm not going to sit here and jump up and down about that yet because you're relying on a rookie drafted in the 4th round to be your primary pass rusher. So that means you expected him to come out the gate dominating. You know what I'm saying? And that's rare. That's rare for a defensive lineman to come out the gate dominating. So, yeah, good luck on the pass rush for Green Bay.
And then also Green Bay, they weren't very busy. Like if you look at the Bears, if you look at the Vikings, you look at Detroit, and you look at their additions, they were busy in the offseason. Green Bay kind of sat back on their laurels.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, we're gonna re-sign Sean Ryan. We're gonna bring in Tyrod Taylor as a backup. Benjamin St. Juste from the Commanders to be a corner. And it's like nothing to me really moves a needle.
No.
And any of y'all jump in, feel free to jump in. Even though we're not talking about your team, feel free to jump in if you got any opinions about whatever we're talking about here. There's not a Packers fan to defend themselves, so I'm just kind of representing them right now. But it just doesn't move the needle. Like the losses, the gains don't equal the losses.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So it's like what they've lost. Like if you look at a player like Romeo Doubs, pretty much he was supposed to be the number 2 receiver on that team. It was supposed to be Christian Watson supposed to be the number 1. But Dobbs was the most reliable guy, the most reliable hands in that receiving room.
Yeah,
That's gonna hurt them too.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
And that's
So
kind of what I
can play. I don't understand how he got all that money. I was like, that dude don't even play. Like,
yeah, he's a Christian Watson is all everything. You're right.
$100 million for what? You ain't never on the field. Like,
Meanwhile, Romeo Dobbs, people make fun of his guardian cap, but he out there catching balls.
Romeo Dobbs a beast. That's
He
gonna hurt them. That's gonna hurt them.
He is he's out there catching balls. You know, you talk about his guardian cap on his helmet or whatever, but he out there catching balls.
Yep.
Christian Watson isn't. So you put all your eggs in a Christian Watson basket. That's another cause for concern right there. You know, so Green Bay is, and let me get on Jordan Love right quick. They prop Jordan Love up way too much. They entirely too much. I'm upset Tristan's not on right now because Tristan's our quarterback whisperer. But Tristan will probably back up what I'm saying here. He's overhyped. Yep. Like he's like, okay, Jordan Love is this, he's that. And it's like, okay, what has he done in his career?
You know, the Cowboys. That's the only reason.
He has never won a division title.
Yeah, he's that's the only thing. Right, Jay Will, you are right, and Mac, you're right too. It's like he hasn't won a division title, and he hangs his hat on. Okay, we won a playoff game against Cowboys. Okay, thank you. That's cute, but I mean, let's be honest. No offense, Brandon, but people take numbers whooping Cowboys' ass in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not a thing. You know, that's not something to hang your hat on. And people are hype up Jordan Love way too much. Now, do I think he's a scrub? No. But for what they, you know, if you look at some of these top 10 quarterbacks, different people, different media outlets, they have their little opinions on who the top quarterbacks are. And people have him as like a top 10 guy. And I'm sitting here like, are you serious?
I've never understood it, honestly. Yeah. Like being a lifelong Lions fan, watching the NFC North my whole life, I've always had that Packers quarterback to fear. When we were playing Favre, I was like, man, this is going to be a long day. Aaron Rodgers, this is going to be awful. I don't think about him. I guess that's the thing. Like when I'm thinking about we're playing Green Bay, I'm thinking Parsons. I'm thinking when Aaron Jones was there, I was worried about Aaron Jones. I don't worry about Jordan Love.
Yeah. He doesn't frighten me. He doesn't move the needle for me. He doesn't. But with that being said, because we got about 6, 7. We have 7 people making picks. Let's go ahead and jump into our picks because I know this is going to take a minute. So the way we do this, we go snake style. I'll start off. Everybody gives their number 14. So it'll be myself, Brandon. I'll read Tristan's picks, Steve's picks, Mac. Oh gosh, he left. Mac, you'll have your pick. Nate, then Jay Will. You'll give your fourth pick. And
she just tried to get back in, and I think she's trying to get back in again.
Okay, and then Jay Will, after you give your 4th place pick, you give us your 3rd, and we'll go back the other way. Does that make sense? Dang, that's hurtful. Eric James is hey man. Eric James is choosing violence in the comment box today. All right, so for my 4th team, the team I think is going to finish 4th in this division this year is I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings, and it's simply because the big question at quarterback. I think the defense is going to have them close to 500 or maybe even over 500 again because I do believe in the Vikings defense.
Definitely.
And then a lot of people talk about the Vikings run game, but because Aaron Jones is getting old, but you have J.P. Mason, who's there, who was almost 1,000-yard rusher his last year in San Francisco. And he did pretty well for the Vikings last year. But my concern is quarterback because I don't trust Kyler Murray. And I doggone sure don't trust J.J. McCarthy. And
I definitely don't trust Carson Wentz.
Thank you. So that's why I have them 4. The roster itself is dope.
Yes.
If you took a Caleb Williams and gave him to the Vikings, the Vikings probably win the division. If you I honestly believe you took a Jared Goff and gave him to the Vikings, they win because that the roster itself from top to bottom is dope.
Sam Darnold did it.
Yeah, and I still don't believe in Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, I'm not a Sam Darnold apologist. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. But
come on, man.
quarterback is the issue with me for Minnesota because the roster tight.
Yes, it is.
It's just quarterback. All right, Brandon, your turn. Number 4.
Hey, listen, you took the words out of my mouth, man. Minnesota, man, number 4 because that quarterback position, Kyler Murray. I said needs to be. Well, you and I have said on the show numerous times that he and Tristan have all said that he needs to go play baseball. Just go play baseball. You're not an NFL quarterback. You're not an NFL player. Whenever somebody got to sit there and tell you to put in your contract, to put down the game system and study your playbook, you're not a quarterback, okay? I hold quarterbacks to a certain standard, okay? I hold the quarterbacks to a certain standard. If you don't know what the standard is, go back a few weeks ago when we did our top 10 quarterbacks of all time list. I hold quarterbacks to a standard. I don't care what's going on in today's football. I hold them to a standard. If you don't match that standard, whatever. Now, I'm not saying you got to be now. If you're not 100% the standard, if you had a different tier, then I'll accept it. But the further you are away from that standard, then I don't want you as a quarterback on my team, and that's how I feel about Kyler Murray. But like you said, the roster is dope, man. They can run 11 personnel all day long and be fine with the receivers they have, the tight end they have, the 2 running backs, your defense. Brian Flores at some point going to have to become a head coach. I know there's a lawsuit going on with the league. I get it. At some point,
he deserves to be.
He needs to play. He needs to be a head coach again in this league. He just needs somebody to run that offense whenever he does become a head coach.
Okay, so Tristan, I'm gonna go rapid fire here. Tristan and Steve both picked Minnesota 4th place. Mac, who do you have 4th place?
Oh, this is hilarious. Hold on real quick.
A hell of a strong safety.
No. Oh, sorry.
Oh, shortstop.
Shortstop in baseball.
Oh, that's fine. It's the shortstops, yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta do something real quick, man, because you know what, man? Kyler Murray as a quarterback. Matter of fact, the whole Minnesota Vikings room is what?
Trash.
Damn. All right. So
you put that up there. I thought it was Zach Wilson at first.
Who do you have 4?
I'm same. I mean, Minnesota. There's just that quarterback question mark is just too big.
Yeah,
too big. And I've never been a Kyler Murray believer either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is like dogging the roster. If you look at Minnesota roster, it's dope.
It is dope, but the quarterback position is just horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
All right, Nate, who you got?
All right, can I ask a question before I give my pick? Who's the best receiver that Kyler Murray has ever thrown to?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Wait, did they play together?
Yeah, they did.
I wasn't sure on Fitz. I thought Fitz might have been gone already.
It was like Larry Fitzgerald's last 1 or 2 years, but okay, yes, because Fitzgerald's a Hall of Fame receiver. I just don't think Fitzgerald was what he was those last 2 years.
I'll go ahead and give the hot take. I'm putting the Packers 4th.
Okay, no problem. I'm not mad.
I love it.
I'm not mad.
Go ahead.
Why?
Sure. So I think the time is running out on LaFleur. I think that it hurts them to be playing the second place schedule, starting off missing Micah Parsons.
Yes.
They got rid of Wicks. They got rid of Dobbs. And do they still Reed. Do they still have Reed? Is he a wide receiver for them still?
Yes.
He's still on roster.
Yeah, he's honestly, he's the wide receiver I like best on their team of who's left, because Watson. And then again, I haven't kind of kept up on this, but Josh Jacobs, where's he at from a legal standpoint? Is he on the team still? I'm assuming he is.
Yeah, he's still on the team.
He's still on the roster.
Yeah,
I forgot, what did he do?
I believe
It's domestic violence, I think. Is
That's
the
right.
allegation.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I heard about that.
So, if they don't have him, that's a huge hit to their team as well. So, I just think that they're, Tucker Kraft, solid offensive weapon, but I don't know that they're going to have the offensive firepower to hang in the division.
They're going to have to go more so 12 personnel, because I'm looking at the roster now, and Watson can't stay healthy, but Reed, I guess Golden is decent enough as a receiver, but you got to rely on Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave to help just make up for whatever's missing, because losing Dobbs hurts a ton, and losing left tackle hurts. I don't care, and I don't see much of a left tackle replacement there.
Mm-hmm. Jay Will, who you got fourth place?
I actually got a tie with us in the bike. I mean, us in the Packers, because like I said, I think Romeo Dobbs, that's gonna hurt them. That's gonna hurt them bad.
So gun to your head, if you had to pick fourth place, who you got?
I'm gonna say Green Bay. Christian Watson is trash, garbage.
Yeah.
You might as well give me $100 million. I can do that. I can sit on the bench.
Hey, we all can.
That's what he
all can.
Shit, that's what he do.
Yeah. Or you in the training room.
Yeah.
So that means your third place is Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, coming back around, Nate, your third place.
I'm going to go Minnesota as well for my third place.
Okay.
Oh, hey, real quick. What's Tristan and Steve's fourth place?
Well, I gotta go to Mac first.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I already gave theirs. Everybody has Minnesota except Jay Will and Nate.
Okay, my bad.
But, Mac, your third place.
Yeah, I got Green Bay in third place.
Okay.
I also, Jordan Love is super overrated, and I'm never scared to play Jordan Love.
Yeah, he doesn't frighten me either. Steve has Green Bay as well.
Okay.
And Tristan has Detroit in third place.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Brandon, who do you have for third?
Man, listen, Green Bay, man. Listen, this is why I love this show, man, because we just, like, a lot of stuff we're saying, we're all on the same page for the most part, and none of this is rehearsed. And there's a lot of stuff is what me and what we say on the show when it's just us, we say a lot of the same stuff. So to hear from you guys is just add an extra layer to what we've been saying, and hopefully more people will subscribe to us. But Jordan Love overrated. Josh Jacobs, he'll probably be suspended maybe a couple games. We'll see what happens with that.
And that's gonna hurt him because I didn't even talk about strength of schedule real quick before we go any further. The Lions have the easiest schedule at 6th overall in the league, 6th easiest. The Vikings have the 22nd overall. So that's a big gap. That's kind of why I have, the Vikings a little bit further. I got them behind, I should say. Packers is the 29th. And then the Bears has the hardest schedule this season. Yeah. But go ahead. What's your thought?
Yeah, but receiver room is shaky. No pass rush. Like you said, Eric, no corner. So it's like you guys are, I don't know, man. It's almost like you're hanging by a thread, and Matt LaFleur may not, like Nate said, Matt LaFleur may not be there too much longer. He might survive this season, maybe, but 2027 is the year to probably look at for Matt LaFleur.
OKOC, that right there behind him.
Yeah, I feel like those.
Hey, listen, that wouldn't surprise me either. Guess what? Let me say this too. Both of them might be the same year, 2027.
Mm-hmm.
They both on the hot seat. They seats a little warm.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. So I too have Green Bay in third place for all the reasons that we talked about. So to save time, so I just there's too much. The losses outweigh the gains.
Yes.
In off season. For my number 2 team, I had the Detroit Lions because even though Jared Goff is limited, I feel like if he has some decent protection, and they've done some things. They've done some things this offseason to try to help keep him upright. And if he's one of those guys, if he has a half a second longer in the pocket, he can produce. Is he a superstar? No. But is he solid? Is he steady? Yes. Yeah. So, quarterbacks mean a whole lot to me in this particular league, especially in this division. Quarterbacks mean a lot. So I have Detroit at number 2. Brandon.
I got Detroit there as well, man. The O-line is a concern, but they still had Jay Gibbs at running back. Montgomery kind of hurts, but we'll see what that looks like. Receiver room still solid. Defense led by Aiden Hutchinson. You got 2 very good DBs back there, and Branch and Kirby Joseph.
I love Kirby. I'm a huge Kirby Joseph fan.
I don't know if he's ever going to be right. I'm hearing bad stuff about his knee.
Yeah,
really.
And it's a shame. Yeah. When he's on, he a problem.
That's a shame. But Terrion Arnold got in trouble at the wrong time, man, because you're talking about after the bulk of free agency, you're talking about after the draft. You're even talking about after any June 1st cuts. Like Detroit is going to have to wait now to see who might get cut after training camp. And then that means trying to get that person in here and get them up to speed. But other than that, though, but the team is still solid enough to carry second place status, in my opinion.
Well, Avonte Maddox, Roger McCreary.
Yep.
McCreary, and Rocky Sin again is a depth guy, and then they went and drafted a corner. I think they're focusing more on let's see if we can get pressure up front and just not have to put too much pressure on these guys on the back end. And I think that's the philosophy that they're going with. Because I'm gonna be honest, and this might be a hot take, but I was never that sold on Terrion Arnold as a player.
Oh, really?
I didn't think he was that good as a player.
I liked his trajectory. Okay, he was kind of like you were talking about with I forget who it was, but Kansas. When he came into the league as a rookie, lots of penalties. Then we got into injuries, but his trajectory. I think if you get these handsy guys and coach them up, as long as they're in the right place, if they're close enough to be handsy, that means they're in good position. So if you can just kind of help them adapt to the way that the NFL calls the game, I think that works out okay. So I honestly liked his trajectory. I think it's unfortunate what happened because it sounds like it was just a series of stupid decisions, suitcases of money laying around for someone to come in and take because you were headed to the casino. I don't know.
Well, Tristan has Green Bay in second place.
Wow.
Yeah. Steve has Chicago in second place, which is odd. So, Mac, who do you have second place?
I'm right there with you. I got Detroit at second. I think they have enough, chemistry together between coaching, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, solid defensive foundations that they still got enough and an easy enough schedule that they're probably going to take the 2 spot.
Okay. Nate?
I am using the schedule as a tiebreaker. I think that the strength of schedule hurt Chicago playing that first place schedule for kind of the first time in this era. Level of competition is going to bump up. And I think they had some statistics that don't tend to be that sticky with the turnover ratio, winning those close games. I think I would not be shocked if they win the division back to back, but I think that there's opportunity for regression just from the level of competition stepping up a little bit. Caleb Williams is, when he's playing confident, I think he's fantastic. But I know the Iceman is the thing, but I just don't know if when he gets rattled, does he really have the ability to push through that and continue to produce?
There's only one Iceman, and he used to play in San Antonio, play small forward. Let's go.
So you're saying you have Chicago second, Nate?
Chicago second.
Okay. All right. And Jay Will.
I got the Lions second.
Right.
I like the Lions, man. I like their offense. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I like Jared Goff. Like, I feel like, I know he get a lot of, whatever, but I like him as the quarterback. I like him because he always tell Brian Flores' ass up. Shit. So, I mean, I don't think he trash. Like, a lot of people don't like him, I know sometimes, but he don't come through in crunch time, but that's the NFL. Like, a lot of them don't. But, quarterback-wise, I mean, he's a good quarterback. I'll take him. I'll take him over that trash we got over there.
All right, so with that, we know myself, Brandon, Tristan, Mac, and Jay Will have by process of elimination, believe that the Chicago Bears will win the North again. Now, Steve and Nate believe that Detroit will win the North. I can say that I don't think Chicago, because of the how tough that schedule is, I don't think
run away with the division. They won't.
Do I know?
They won't run away with that division.
No, I don't think it'll be a runaway. That's not what I was going to say, but you're right. I don't think it'll be a runaway. But I also don't think that they'll win 11 games, more than 11 games. I think that it might be 10 wins in this division because I think it'll be a dogfight. And with that strength of schedule, that's going to really kind of, we're looking at 10 wins here, 9 wins on the next team, 8 wins on the next, that type of thing. I think there's no garbage teams in this division. It's not like the NFC South. I'm sorry here, James, but it's not like the NFC South. There's no garbage teams in this division. So this division is going to be closely contested.
Yeah.
And right now I'm looking at Chicago, barring nobody getting hurt, any of the 4 teams, but I don't think it's going to be 11-6 this year. I don't think that's going to happen. As far as, and we'll get ready to close out with playoff predictions. Chicago will make the playoffs, and I'm on the fence about the second place team, Detroit, making the playoffs. Will they be better than last year? Yes. But is it guaranteed they'll get a wild card spot? I don't know. It's going to play. You got to consider the NFC West, who's got 3 teams that can make the playoffs easy, win double-digit games. You got to consider the improvement in the East. All 4 teams in the East are improving. So you got to look at the wild card standings from that standpoint. But I do believe Chicago will make the playoffs. Final thoughts on playoffs, guys. Nate, you can go first.
Sure. I think out of the North, I am going to say Lions because I'm picking them to win the division. I was looking at the schedule. I was landing somewhere between 13-4 and 12-5. So I think that's why I put them in first. I think the Bears make the playoffs. Minnesota misses on a tiebreaker, and Green Bay misses the playoffs.
Okay, that's a good explanation. Jay Will?
I think it's going to be exactly how it was last year, in that order.
So Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions.
Yep.
Okay. What? So you saying wait, because that goes against your picks though.
I know what I picked, but what I'm saying is that's what I think. But I think that's how it's gonna go. How I went last year. I think the Lions and the well, you know what? Scratch that. I think the Lions gonna be better than last year. We gonna not squeak up in there over some mess up like we did last year, and it's gonna be like a play that could have put us in the playoffs. I think the Bears gonna win the division.
Okay. All right. Mac, thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Bears win the division and they make playoffs, but I think they're the only NFC North team that makes the playoffs. I don't think another team's going. I think between the West and the other two divisions progressing, like you said, I think that, 3 teams out of the West are going. And there's only leaves one spot, and I don't think it's from the North.
All
Okay.
right. Brandon?
Hey man, listen, Chicago, Detroit. That's a dogfight, man. That's a dogfight because Chicago, like I said, 3 teams from the NFC West, so that's 4 spots. A 5th spot coming from the South, a 6th spot coming from the East. Yeah, that's a dogfight for number 7, man. That is a real dogfight. It'll probably be between Detroit and another team in the NFC East. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, this has been another episode of Just a Fan Podcast.
Yes.
Next week, we will be covering, I'll make sure I'm looking at my notes right. Hold on, I want to say the wrong thing. We'll be covering the AFC East next week. So that's going to be kind of interesting. Once again, if you'd like to be if you're watching and you're an AFC East fan and you would like to be a guest on our show next Monday, just hit us up. Let us know. Go on Just a Fan Podcast on Facebook and direct message us. Hey, I am a Jets fan, or I am a Bills fan, or whatever, and I'd like to be a guest on the show and so forth. Again, I'd like to thank our guests. Nate,
Yes, thank you.
This is your 4th year, Nate. We got your T-shirt coming. Jay Will, thank you for coming on while you at work, dog. I appreciate it.
I told them I had something to do. They be all right.
all right. And then Mac, thank you again for coming on, even with the issue with your power at home and stuff. We appreciate you still being on. And yes, we are expecting y'all to be back.
Yeah, it was a blast.
We're expecting y'all to be back next year. All right.
Appreciate it.
Once you own and you go through the show and you get the takes that you give, we're looking for y'all to be regulars from now on when we cover your division. So thank y'all again so much. Brandon, take us out.
Well, before I take us out, I just want to say that Trayvon Diggs is
Trash.
Yeah, he was in. He went to Green Bay last year, tried to play with his best friend, and listen, the man was the worst cornerback in the league last year. If y'all didn't know, Trayvon Diggs was the worst corner in the league, and it was so bad they ranked him at 102 out of 102 corners. He was worse than anybody's number 1. That's 32. Anybody's number 2, that brings you to 64. He was worse than all number 3s.
All the slots
would bring you to 96. So he was like in the 4th corners range. Okay.
I mean, it's topical because we are talking about the NFC North, and that was the last team he played for, which I think will probably be the last team he plays for. But somebody gonna get hurt and somebody gonna call him. I'm telling you,
future Lion.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Somebody's gonna get injured.
We're low on CBs. Come on over, I guess.
Yeah, come on over.
You don't want them. You don't want them. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Okay. Listen, trust me, stay away. But anyway, thanks to our guests for being on. We truly appreciate y'all. Hopefully, y'all can clear out your schedule for next year. We will try to give y'all more of an advance notice that way. Hey, like for example, Jay Will, hopefully you can just take that day off, so that way you ain't got to worry about it, man. But like I said, we'll try to give y'all more of advance notice. This is a good question from Eric James. Is he worse than Eli Apple though? Hey, listen, man, apples, oranges, tomato, potato. Who cares?
Actually, Eli Apple's on the Niners practice squad.
Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Eli
they got rookies. They got rookies that they had on the squad. They put Eli Apple on the practice squad. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, but at least Eli Apple's on the practice squad. Trayvon Diggs hasn't been picked up yet. I'd rather be on a practice squad. At least you get some kind of check.
Get something. Yeah.
Shoot.
But thank y'all all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. This has actually been a historic episode because it's the first time we've had 3 teams represented. We was this close to having 4.
Yeah, real close. And also having 2 ladies. Also, thanks everybody for 400 subscribers. Please add 1 more person per subscriber we have. You know what I'm saying? So we get to 800 because 400 times 2 is 800. So anyway, Jay Will, thank you for representing Minnesota.
Yes,
Mac,
sir,
thank you for representing Chicago. Nate, thank you for representing Detroit. That direction, Panel 316, the good guy with the black hat, Chopper Screw City, Run and Shoot Offense City, Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs the show, future Hall of Fame, man. Peace out, y'all. And remember who is trash.
Be easy.